Hey guys, everything going? Can you hear me? This is my first one, so let me know how it sounds, how it looks. Hey Lazy C, hey ML. Can y'all hear me on this thing? Give me a thumbs up if you can hear it. Is there any sound? Okay, great. There's just a delay there. All right, guys. As you can see here, I have all this stuff over here, and I want to basically dry can it up. There's a little bit of everything in there, so I wanted you to see the variety of things that you can actually dry can. Obviously, there's sugar, some flour, some cocoa powder. There's a few things in there that I never have done, so I'm going to try it just to see how it works. So let's get started. The first thing you need, obviously, is clean jars and lids. I've got my jars all cleaned already and ready. I got my lids over here. We need to get those in a pot of hot water. If y'all got any questions about it, just ask them over there, and I will try and keep up with this chat as much as I can. Regular water, nothing special. All of your lids for your jars, just get them in the water. Get them hot, get them going. Like I said, I've already got my jars ready. These are not hot, as you can tell. None of the product has been frozen or anything. None of the product is hot. So as long as your jars are clean, they basically came out of the dishwasher. They've been dried, and put your product in them. This is a little bit that I had left over, black-eyed peas from a couple of weeks ago that I didn't get canned up. So I'm just going to add to them and get the jar full. Hey, UB. All right, if it don't get full. Black-eyed peas, as you can see. Lentils. Leftovers, it didn't make it last time in. Never fails. There's always a little left over. Yeah, it's my first live, MB. So thanks for stopping by, man. All right. I had a lot of y'all ask about sugar. I definitely dry can it up. Sometimes it will tend to lump together in your jar whenever you go to get it out. But with your spoon, it's very easily broken up inside the jar. So don't be afraid to dry can the white sugar. May get a little hard on you, but it's easy to get out. I have not done brown sugar, but I've had some people ask. I've done a lot of sugar and kept it for years and years. Hey, Lazy C. If you're going to preserve anything dry, this is definitely the best way, Lazy C. It's not going to be the cheapest, but it's going to stay the longest and the safest. These are bug and rodent proof. Our oven is only going to hold so many jars, so I'm just going to try and get some variety here to show y'all guys. So I got lots more sugar that I'm going to do later. I have not personally done any chocolate powder. I've had some of the viewers tell me that they've done it and it seemed to work okay. I've got both this cacao powder, and we're also going to try the Nesquik. I may not do them together because they may look too much alike in there, and I don't want to get them mixed up. But I'm definitely going to try some of this. All that powder you're seeing, that's what you're going to be sure and wipe off later off of the top of these jars. There's not quite enough left in there to make another full one, I don't think. So I'll save the cow powder. Dry milk. I've got lots of this stored up in jars already. Again, kind of like the sugar. It might get a little hard on the top, but it easily breaks up with your spoon. Be sure and keep the directions off of the back of this to put in your box with your jar so you can make this stuff up later. Save those directions. I got obviously more dry milk that I'm going to do here later. Everybody's favorite. I have found that most box cereal will can up as long as they don't have like the marshmallows, Lucky Charms kind of things in them like that. Let me see here. Catch up with y'all guys in a minute. Hey Mud Tramp. Hey Pafford. Hey Wendy. Tina. Thanks for all y'all guys stopping by. Rather than another video, I thought I'd just try it live for y'all. But all your cereals pretty much can be canned up. Throw some oats in there for you, oatmeal. Lids are back there in the back. See, they're hot. Not boiling, but hot. Beans or rice? Beans or rice? I think we'll go ahead and do some rice for you. This is jasmine rice. All right, that's about all the jars that my oven is going to hold in one load here. But pasta done the same way. Break it in half, put it inside of your jar. I got the rice in there. Beans, same way. Put them in your jar. You may see some moisture in those. I'll go over that with you in a minute. Pancake mix, Bisquick, any of that kind of dry stuff. Put it in your jars. It can be kept years and years. Key to this whole thing now, you got all your product in your jars, is to keep the tops of these jars clean. I'm going to go ahead and set my oven over there, 235 degrees. All right, we got hot lids over there. We got a clean jar. Wipe the top rim of that jar to make sure it's clean. You don't have any powder, any product, anything like that on the top of that jar. That's the most critical thing. Get you a hot lid. I do make a magnet for that. It makes that a lot easier. Put your lid on there. Hand tight. Does not need to be too tight. Get a few of them done. Move them over to your oven. Make sure the tops of those jars are clean. Remember, not too tight on the lids. That's our sugar. Cacao powder, small lid. the lid down on there, hand tight. You ain't got to worry about none of that water, nothing on the top. All that's going to evaporate out. Oatmeal. Lentils. Powdered milk. And again, guys, that stuff is going to get hard in there, but when you get your spoon in there to dig it out, it breaks right up and turns right back into a powder. If it don't turn back into a powder, you've got a hammer, right? I don't mean not to be paying attention to you guys. I just got to get this done. You know how it is if you're canning. Black-eyed peas. Coffee creamer. I do a lot of coffee creamer. It's much like the powdered milk. It will harden up a little bit, but with a spoon, it comes right out. All right, guys, last one, rice. All right, everything is in our jars. Oven is heating. I'm going to go ahead and put these jars in there. 235 degrees for 90 minutes on quarts. Now, if you're doing larger or smaller, you may add a little more time, take a little time off, depends on what it is and what you're canning. Basically, you're giving enough time for the heat to go all the way through this jar, 235 degrees. You want this jar soaking and sitting at 235 degrees. It will disinfect it. It will kill any bugs, any larvae, anything that's inside of this jar will be dead at 235 degrees. Let me get these loaded up into the oven. I'll come back and try and answer some of y'all's questions if you got them. Even if they're only half full, 3/4, can it up. Canned and saved is better than none at all. So cocoa powder is going to be interesting. I haven't done it before. But I did have some viewers that said they tried it and it worked. All right, guys, we got everything in the oven. It's going to be in there, like I said, 235 degrees for 90 minutes, hour and a half. Now, let me scroll through here. How many people are in here? 12. Wow, look at that. All right, let me see. Who's got questions? Anybody got any questions? Hey, there's Maureen. Hafford, on your pickle jars, it's best not to use any kind of used lid. The jar you can use, but finding another lid to fit it's going to be virtually impossible. Store with the rings on or off. That's an old debate. I do both ways. I've got them stored both ways. I don't see a difference. My understanding is if you leave the rings on and the seal goes bad on the jar, it just contains all the bacteria and stuff within the jar and you can't see it. So if you leave the rings off, apparently it makes itself pretty well known that you've got a bad seal. I have not done salt. I store plenty of salt, but I don't can it. But there's no reason why you should not be able to do salt. It may harden up a little bit like the sugar, but again, it should break apart with a spoon inside of the jar fairly easy. Cereals, you can do any kind of cereal, guys, as long as the little marshmallows ain't in there. Those little sugary things, whatever they add to it, should be pretty good. You might get some of the real chocolatey ones that might actually melt. No other questions, guys? That was it? Well, again, we are going to do some flour. I didn't do any of that this round. And the beans, I showed you those. You know the pinto beans. Crackers, any of your little crackers. I prefer the saltines myself. And you can actually get one of those long white wrappers of saltine crackers in a quart jar. And they can upgrade. And I mean, you can open a jar of saltines 10 years later and they're just as fresh as the day you put them in there. Pasta is a big one, guys. The elbows, any kind of pastas that you can fit inside of that jar. You may see a little moisture. Let me see if I got a can jar around here somewhere. Here is some cinnamon toast crunch that I did a while back. Well, let's see, 11/11/20. So it's been a little over a month and a half. But as you can see, it's a little hard in the jar in there from just the sugar content on the cereal. But once you shake it and break it up with a spoon, it all comes apart in there. Now your pasta, you may see a little moisture on the sides or on the end of the pasta. All right, it'll turn white with a little bit of moisture inside of the jar. That's going to be very common, and the next day it's going to go away and wick back into your product. 11/20, a month and a half ago, this was done, had a little wicking on the bottom where the pasta touched the jar. You got to remember, you're boiling all this stuff. All this stuff is heating to 235 degrees. So once past 212, the moisture that's in this pasta is going to start steaming off and venting off, no matter what the product is that you have. Well, all your pastas are good. The beans, you may see a little moisture on the side of your jar of that as well. Just depends on how fresh the bean is, how long you've had them, how long they've had to dry. These are some other cereals that we're going to do. Yeah, flour's easy to can, great to can. 50 pounds at a time, that's a lot of jars. So be sure you can find your jars before you go to buying all the dry goods to can up. Apparently they are getting a little harder to come by. Dried peas, all your little treats for the kiddos, the goldfish, the crackers, all that kind of stuff. It's all cannable, and it stays much longer than the bag that you buy it at the store in. I mean, we've canned up a lot of this instant milk. I've also tried freezing some milk. I got some milk frozen. I haven't thawed it to see how it's going to be after it's frozen, but I can tell there's a little separation in the fat of it. Any more questions on canning? They're going to be in that oven for an hour and a half, and I don't think I'm going to keep y'all on here for an hour and a half for them to come out. We're going to try this other chocolate mix as well. I'll definitely give y'all an update to let you know how that goes. Everything coming out of that oven is going to be just like all of your other canning. You're going to wait for that lid to pop to give you a good seal. I got another little surprise here I'm going to show y'all guys. We just got us a dehydrator, so we're going to be dehydrating some stuff, learning how to dehydrate. One of the viewers actually sent us some venison jerky the other day. I need to do a mail call and give them a shout out for that. But this is a new dehydrator. We're going to do an unboxing on this and hopefully start dehydrating some stuff. This is a video coming up. I've seen Tim on Ridge Life doing some dehydrating. So if any of y'all out there got any good dehydrating videos, drop a link in there. Well, hell, none of y'all are, I don't have any moderators. Let me make some moderators here right quick if I can figure it out. Any idea? Anybody got any ideas on how to do that? Okay, let me see here. Add moderator. Hey, MB, you're a moderator. Where's Lazy C? I know they're around. Add a moderator. Where's Pafford at? Hey, I hope y'all guys don't mind. I'm going to make you a moderator. You ain't got to do nothing, but hopefully nothing crazy will happen in the chat here. And I won't need any of you guys, but let's see. Who else is in here? ML's in here. You ought to be all right, right? You all right, ML? Let me see. Maureen, on the gallon jars, depends on what you got in them, 90 minutes. If it's cereal, I'd say that's okay. If you got a gallon of flour, I might run it probably another 20 minutes or so. The more dense your product, the longer that you're going to want to leave it in there. You really just want it to heat all the way through the jar is the thing there. Yeah, Pafford, I wanted one too, so we just went ahead and got one. Well, however you got those recipes or instructions there, Mud Tramp, let me know, because all that sounds pretty good. I got some venison jerky, like I said, from one of the viewers, and it's really good. I don't know what his recipe was, but I got to get some dehydrating information. Yeah, Steve, mashed potatoes. I do a lot of mashed potatoes. The pancake mix is great. Pastas, yeah, we do elbows, tons of spaghetti. Elbows are just great for everything. I had one of the viewers say they had tried brown sugar and it lumped together pretty hard. The stuff lumping together, I mean, it is what it is. If it gets that bad, you can regrind it. Yeah, I'm not too sure about this dehydrator. It was given to me as a gift. I think it's the same one that Tim's got on Ridge Life. So I would assume it's pretty good. I hope it's a good one. There was actually a mix-up in our shipping, and they lost one, and we had to order another one. And we received the first lost one about a week later, so now we got two. I think the brown sugar, I don't know if it's a moisture content in it or if it's just the way the sugar has been refined. It's maybe a more pure form of sugar. But I believe the viewer left a comment that it had stuck together fairly well inside of the jar. Again, which doesn't necessarily bother me so much. I mean, the sugar does clump together along with the coffee creamer and some of the dehydrated milk, but with a spoon you can just break it up easy. Yeah, Lazy C, they don't make them like that anymore. Amazing how that works, isn't it? Get this stuff today and use it for a year, year and a half, 2 years maybe, and throw it away. Well, ML, you've been hanging around a long time, so I guess I can trust you with a wrench. I don't know how to use one either, but good luck with it. Do whatever you got to do, I guess. Hey, Steve, that's good information. You're only cooking your jars at 210. I'd be a little leery of that temperature. I'd want to go a little higher. And get above boiling, you're definitely going to kill everything in there. Well, I pretty much know all of you guys in here, so I could give you all wrenches, I guess. I don't know what difference it makes. I guess your name looks prettier in blue. Let me get my kids over here, Lazy C. What else are you guys canning up? Anybody pressure canning? I got a bunch of steaks and meat in the freezer that I'm fixing to pressure can up. Clean out my freezer. Timeout never seems to work for me. I had to put myself in timeout. They got control of the house, so I just go outside. £60, my goodness. Well, I was lucky enough that somebody sent some deer meat over. I'm going to do a little quick shout out video on him too, James Sinke. But he sent a couple of little pounds over for us to eat. I got plenty of deer on the property, but I haven't killed any, hadn't shot any. A paddle, nice. It's been a long time since I've seen a paddle. I think high school. Let me go get some more jars, guys. Hang on a minute. Entertain yourself. I have done some almonds that seem to do okay. I don't know about nuts. A question I would have for some of y'all is maybe after I run this dehydrator, say I put a bunch of strawberries or whatever in that dehydrator, could I dehydrate those dry can those strawberries after running them through the dehydrator? rather than vacuum sealed bags. I've had my issues with vacuum sealed bags. Well, if nobody knows, that is something we're going to be trying. That's kind of what I thought. I thought it would too. I think chili would be pressure. Anything meat related is going to have to be pressure can. But yeah, we did some soup here a few weeks ago, a few videos back. I never have enough leftovers Lazy C to actually can up. I guess I got too many crumb snatchers running around eating them up, but I just can't fire up that pressure canner for a jar or two. I'm going to run these a quick way and just wash them. Stick them in the oven and dry them and sterilize them right quick. 13 of you on here. I'll go ahead and keep canning. Wash your jars out if they're new. They always smell funny to me whenever they come new packed. So I don't know if they spray some kind of gas in there to help seal them or keep them fresh or something, but always wash your jars coming out of the cases. I got a double oven over there, so I'll set these in the bottom and let them get hot and sterilized and dry out. I know all of y'all have noticed that the price of food is going down, so no need to think ahead and get some stuff while you can now at a cheaper price, right? And availability. got another case in the oven over there. I'll let those get hot. All right, questions. Who's got questions? Let me see here. Yeah, I just need to start cooking more. Look out of the city, Steve. Get out of the city. Go to some of these little smaller rural towns. Not necessarily Tractor Supplies, but little small hardware stores. They generally have some old stock. Mine does. They still have some things available. All of the big name box stores carry the jars, but if you're not standing there when they bring them out on the floor, it's like ammunition. You're not going to get any. Lazy C, that was one of my questions is, can I dry can some of the stuff that I dehydrate? I don't particularly care for the plastic Mylar bags myself. I've canned a lot of stuff and put a lot of stuff in them, but they are not rodent or bug proof. Yeah, it's just hit and miss on those jars, Steve. Good luck. Yeah, Ace and True Value, those are definitely places to try. Find out when their truck comes in, those smaller ones. We have yet to try our orange jelly that we made. It really hasn't thickened up too much, so I think that's going to be more of an orange syrup. But that's the oranges that we canned up a couple weeks ago from our tree. Orange jelly. I haven't tried any of it yet. I was going to let it sit and gel up, but it's going on a couple of weeks. That's probably as thick as it's going to get right there. I probably should have used a little more gel in it. That just makes good syrup. Let's see if any of my jars are dry over here. Getting close. Salt would definitely be one to try. I haven't. I've had some pretty good luck and been able to keep my salt dry in 5-gallon buckets so far. I've had a little hardening in the buckets, but again, you can break it apart or grind it up. Yeah, ML, we got somebody down there taking care of that summer place. That was one of the RVs that we bought. Was for the people to stay there on that property. Tina works at Lowe's. She knows that Lowe's gets them in, whether your local Lowe's has them or not. talk to somebody in Lowe's, get to know somebody in Lowe's so that when they get them in, they can let you know. Mud Tramp, is that a vacuum seal on that jar, or is it a heated seal like the dry canning I'm doing here? Can I heat that stuff up to the 235 degrees after dehydrated? This vacuum seal. I do not have a jar vacuum sealer. But I would be interested in finding out if I could heat it this way. I really like heating the jars, dry canning this way, because it disinfects everything. At 235 degrees, there's no larvae, no bugs, no bacteria that's going to make it in there so long as you got a seal on your jar. That's why I really like the heating process. It eliminates all the freezing and pre-working and all that kind of stuff. Here's some grapefruit off of our grapefruit tree. I do believe the food savers do have those attachments that can be added to them. I had one of those food savers, but I just didn't have much luck with the Mylar bags. A lot of them lost the seal, or you're in the house all the time. Rodents and bugs might not be a problem, but when you're storing the stuff long term in an area where you don't go or haven't been, I've had a few mice and rats get in there and eat through some of my Mylar bags, and they don't like glass. If you'll just box that back strap up, Tina, my email is in the about page over there, and I'll give you my address, and you can just send that over to me, and I'll dehydrate it up for you. How's that? Now, I may keep half of it for a fee, but I'll take care of it. One of the little air absorber packets, desiccant packets. All right, now these are hot, which makes it even more difficult to mess with. So I'll do my best here. What do we got left over? Oh, sugar. More sugar. That's a little warm. Posting some recipes on that dehydrating would be good. I don't think there's any rule of thumb about how full to get your jars dry canning. Dry product, there's really no way it's going to come in contact with your steel, but don't get them too full. I know that's not going to be a full jar, so I'm not going to do it. Got a bunch of milk. Go ahead and do some of this spaghetti. Break your spaghetti in half. Makes it harder with hot jars, but if you roll it around in there, you can get it to pack in there pretty good. You can usually get a couple of packs of that spaghetti per quart jar. Just make sure they're all down past the top of your lid. You can see it packs in there pretty good and solid. Different colors is one's just a veggie spaghetti and one's regular. See if I got some crackers. Don't forget these. Most important, they go with everything. Shake your jar around a little bit. Get it packed in there good and tight. No wasted space. See, you can get one of them reams of saltines in a quart jar. Fits just perfect. Put them in together, makes it a little easier. Anything too long, break it off and poke it in. Shake it around, line that pasta up. See how much more room it gives you in that jar? Always try and keep the same stuff thin with thin, thin spaghetti with thin spaghetti. Not that it really matters at the end, but cooking may be a little easier. Maybe that will fit in there. No, we'll always think it should have. All right, last spaghetti. We'll be out of oven space again. All right, so we got spaghetti, sugar, and crackers on that case.
Oh. 95 package.
Okay, let's see here. We got the lids over there heating up. Hey, there's Chad, 9 to 5. Strange pack. Hey, tell your wife don't open that package, man. That's just for you. All right. Not really. I'm glad to see that it made it. I wonder if it went around through China to get there. Y'all guys go check out Chad's channel, 9 to 5 to Life Off Grid. Somebody drop his link in there. Where'd he go? I'm going to make him a little moderator right now. Drop your link in there, Chad. All right, lids, here we go. Again, it ain't gonna hurt. A little bit of moisture on the inside of that jar lid ain't gonna hurt a thing. Get the jar wiped off. And tight, guys, not too tight. Saltines. Sugar.
Mommy, you don't want to go swimming.
What? Y'all want to go swimming?
You're quiet.
December in Texas, and y'all want to go swimming? Are you sure?
I was trying to get
Hear that, Chad? They want to go swimming.
There are clouds, but there's sun too. Okay, let's go. Mommy goes with you. Come on. Oh, the pool is too cold. Why? It's like 85. Come on.
Oh, it's only 85 out there. It's too cold to go swimming. You don't want to boil those lids either. The longer you boil that lid, the more it breaks down that little rubber ring. So just get your lids hot. Remember, the top of that jar is what's critical. Why the product lasts so much longer in these jars, I have no idea, whether it's just the fact that there's no air in there or what it is. I don't know why the product lasts so much longer in these jars, other than there's no contact with anything but glass of the jar. So there's really nothing to break down there except for that rubber seal. And if you keep them cool and dry, there's no reason for that seal to ever really break down. I've only been canning about 10, 15 years. So I have jars that old that the product is still good in. I am missing a jar somewhere. Let's see. I don't really have nothing that's going to make a full jar other than spaghetti. Hey, y'all guys drop each other's links in there. I know everybody probably already knows everybody. There's only 16 of us, but make sure. All right, there's another case. Let me throw these in the oven. All right, we still got about 36 minutes on that first batch to come out. All right, let me go back through here and see what everybody's saying. I've been wanting to make y'all guys my famous cheese ball, but I ain't had time yet. I don't know if I'm going to get it done before the holidays or not. I want to make us one, so I may just try and video the one I make for us. We were supposed to get some rain today. I think we got a sprinkle earlier, but no such luck. Wow, I've already been on here an hour and a half. But yeah, that'd be about right. So I got started canning. All right, guys. I've showed y'all what I'm doing. My ovens are full of jars. I am going to continue to can on through this afternoon and try and get what's on this counter, at least off of this counter and canned up. But I'm out of oven space for now, and it's another 36 minutes. I ain't going to hold y'all on here just to sit and watch you. Oh, red pepper. Nice. Well, that 40 question thing was going around there for a while. Everybody asking about blue cheese. Mine does have a little blue cheese in it. I don't particularly care for blue cheese, but it does add a little taste to that cheese ball. It's 9 to 5 to Life Off Grid having a giveaway tonight. I remember something about that. 8 to 10 or something like that. Supposed to be big money. He's giving away like $1,000 prizes to everyone that goes over and subscribes.
Yes.
I unsubscribed just so I could resubscribe today and get one of those $1,000 prizes. Yeah, it's a Philly cream cheese, a little bit of sour cream, some cheddar cheese, a little bit of blue cheese. I tend to grate a little bit of onion and put in mine, but not everybody likes onion. A little garlic. And then throw it in the freezer for a couple of hours, let it get hard, roll it up into a ball, and then do the outside in parsley flake. It looks like a little green ball. That's delicious. I will try and throw that together and get it up, Lazy C. I've been wanting to do that. It is a good little recipe, and I know everybody that likes cheese would enjoy it. The blue cheese is the thing. There's my blue cheese, sour cream. Where is our Philadelphia? That's only gonna make one.
No, the drawer.
That ain't even it.
In the drawer.
You gotta add that right there, Lazy C. It just takes a little bit of blue cheese, not a lot. Maybe just like, depends on how big your cheese ball is, but I don't make a real big one, but just a little bit of that blue cheese goes a long way. I will make up my recipe on it. And after you get it all mixed together, just throw it in the freezer, let it stiffen up, and roll it in parsley flakes. That's a good way to go. Rolling bacon. I like bacon. I don't know what we're rolling in bacon, but it sounds good. All right, guys, any more canning questions? I'm going to get off here. I got some other things I got to go run to. No? All right, well, maybe I'll do a live with my cheese ball. I don't know, maybe just a video. Hey, thanks, guys, for stopping by. I really appreciate it. I thank y'all all for subscribing. Go by Chad's channel, 9 to 5 to Life Off Grid for sure, and subscribe. He's got that giveaway going on tonight. Plus, the dude just really makes some really good content. He's got a great family, and he's back to work now, but they're off grid up there. So definitely go by and check him out. Lazy C, too. Lazy C got a lot of stuff going on. All right, guys, I'm going to get off of here. Thanks for stopping by. Chad, be careful when you open that box outside. Promise. Thanks, man. Take care. Merry Christmas, everybody, if I don't see y'all between now and then, and Happy New Year. Try it out, Lazy C. Best thing you can do. Guarantee you. Oh, KJV, I didn't even see you until just now. Merry Christmas. I may throw up another live on that cheese ball just to get it out for the holidays. I know it's kind of late now, but everybody's eating and cooking. All right, guys. Thanks for stopping by. I got to get out of here.